All right, my friends, you're watching Political Point magazine. Yes, where the right is right and the left, well, the left is always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories: crisis in Syria. Assad has crossed the red line and used chemical weapons on his own people. Syria might be the next Iraq. Assad might be the next Saddam Hussein. Are we headed for World War III? I'll tell you, the consequences might be tragic, my friends. And also, Obama asked Congress for a vote on Syria resolution. Now, the details of this are now airstrikes, limited airstrikes, right? And no boots on the ground. And it doesn't include regime change either. So this is just a little backwards there. And support for this thing has mixed messages from Democrats and Republicans. This is surprising to me. So what should we do? What is the appropriate action? We will take it to the phones and talk more about that this tonight. I am your humble host, William Mitro. That's right, my friends. Crisis in Syria, that's what we are talking about tonight. So, my friends, this is Political Point magazine. And so, well, you see, my friends, this comes at a time where we are at a crossroads here. All right? So, Assad now has used chemical weapons on his own people. And there's sure to be mass graves, okay? Now, you remember now that on this Syria crisis here, all right? Crisis in Syria. Okay, are we headed for another World War III? I don't know, but this, my friends, is quite horrific. This would be Obama's war, all right, if we pursue it, all right. And my friends, this comes at a time when we had the Congress out there, and the Senate, by the way, already has passed a resolution, and I'll show I will show a little bit of that, of some of the senators on there, but this, my friends, is definitely Obama's war. In fact, we have a situation here where Obama has asked Congress to to vote on a resolution for Syria, and he is right in doing so. But, my friends, this my friends, has been on the tip of the iceberg here, which which Obama, you remember, he did set a year ago. This was a year ago. The red line. Syria has crossed the red line. All right, and it's Obama's little war that he wants to pursue. Um, but I think he's doing it backwards. You can't accomplish your goals here without without regime change and doing something about Assad and everything else. But this, my friends, is quite interesting. Take a listen to um, the Josh Earnest said said when about Syria when questioned on what the Obama administration was going to do in Syria. Take a listen to this. Okay.
About our insistence that those who are responsible for the handling of chemical weapons will be personally held accountable for the responsibility that they have in the handling of those weapons.
But it's been a year since the president made that statement. So you're saying
Sure.
they'll be held accountable. It's been a year.
Well, it has been, and we are in a circumstance where the Assad regime is still in power. But you have a large segment of the international community aligned against them. You have the United States of America providing assistance to the opposition. You have the United States of America trying to meet the humanitarian needs.
Yeah, really. You have the administration trying to meet the humanitarian needs. Now, mind you, my friends, this this comes at a time when now we need international support. However, you see here, John McCain has John McCain. Congress is sending mixed messages, but this is what John McCain tweeted earlier, about what the consequences may be for Assad here. Okay, so take a listen to this here. Okay, as we take this to the next level here. Okay, and here's what he said. Okay, he says no consequences for Assad as chemical weapons and crossing red line. We shouldn't be surprised he's using them again. All right, so Assad, I should say, I think Assad has crossed the red line. All right, and it's quite obvious, okay, that he has crossed the red line, and you see, okay, a notch here. So Assad has crossed the red line here, and it's not looking particularly good. All right, but especially when Obama has when Obama has especially when Obama has said, directly a year ago, okay, that if chemical weapons were used, in fact, all right, that would be a red line for him, all right. So we asked the president here, okay, what exactly is the red line for him, all right, okay, because we have directly a year ago. Remember this. All right. I want to show you this. Okay. The red line has been crossed. All right. The red line has been crossed, and we have something. Okay. Obama's red line has been crossed. All right. But directly a year ago, this is what Obama said on that topic here. Okay. Take a listen.
We have been very clear to the Assad regime, but also to other players on the ground, that a red line for us is we start seeing a whole bunch of chemical weapons moving around or being utilized. That would change my calculus. That would change my equation.
Yeah. So, but it appears now that Obama seems to be taking that to a different level. In fact, where we know that a red line has been crossed now, and there's tremendous evidence against Assad. All right, there's tremendous evidence against Assad on this. All right, now how in the world can we not see this? But in fact, okay, take a look at what Obama said just last week. Okay, just last week. Okay, on this note. Okay. Yep. Take a listen. All right. Yep. And we're gonna show you this, but take a listen to what Obama has said just last week. All right, just last week. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. Take a look at this. All right. All right.
I didn't set a red line. The world set a red line. The world set a red line when governments representing 98% of the world's population said the use of chemical weapons are abhorrent and passed a treaty forbidding their use even when countries are engaged in war. Congress set a red line when it ratified that treaty.
Well, so he's backing away from his red line, which has been crossed, and it's not the world's red line, all right? Obama set this red line last year, all right? Now, and apparently now, this, my friends, the red line has been crossed, all right? So is Syria the next Iraq? And is Assad the next Saddam Hussein? This could be interesting, all right? So, but we now take you to another thing here, all right? This video that has popped up here, all right, of Syrian rebels, okay? This video, it has popped up. This creates another disaster here, okay, for Obama, all right? In fact, on this, because if you take a look at this, okay, the video shows Syrian rebels standing in a line, okay, and with Syrian soldiers kneeling down and bent down and tortured as the head commander of the rebels recites a verse. We'll take you to the video. Take a look. All right. Take a look at this video.
ما ترهبنا طريقنا وأنيسنا أنا ليوم شهادة عشاق يا قاتل الأطفال طوبى للعدا قد فقت لا دين ولا أخلاق قسما برب العرش هذا عهدنا أنا سنثأر واليمين نطاق وستدفعون دماءنا أضعافها يوما بيوم والدم استحقاق.
Ironically, the New York Times put that right on the front page, and now it's created a stir. It's created quite a stir, and this, my friends, is quite tragic. All right, and directly after that after the gunshots. The video showed the mass graves of these soldiers that were tortured and shot, and just outrageous. But the New York Times put it on the front page of their paper, and this is the administration's response to that. Okay, this is the and the administration's response to that video and the New York Times on the front page. Take a look.
We are horrified by today's photo in the New York Times asserting that Syrian rebels are standing over regime soldiers, getting ready to execute them. We can't confirm the alleged perpetrators' affiliations, but we strongly condemn summary executions by any party in Syria. We've reached out to opposition officials, and we're seeking more information at this time.
Really? Now, total tragic. Ironically, we know that we know that Obama is not really getting support on this. Okay. In fact, the New York Daily News. All right. Okay. Are we going at this alone? Okay. What's the appropriate action for this? I'm not too sure, but that was the New York Times cover, and it's very tragic, causing a stir for causing a stir for Obama, and but apparently Obama's little war, okay, has no backing whatsoever. In fact, I want to show you this, okay, in Time magazine. All right, take a look at this. Time magazine has Obama right there, all right? And it says, "The Unhappy Warrior." All right, "The Unhappy Warrior." Right? Okay. Now, "The Unhappy Warrior." So, and apparently this war and whatnot is having no support, no real support here. All right. In fact, the Daily News, okay, has the Daily News says the British aren't coming. The British aren't coming. Okay. In fact, this is what British Prime Minister David. This is what David Cameron has said. We'll take you to that, but it appears that we don't really have very little. We don't have international support in this. So I'll show you what David Cameron said. Take a look at this.
To ask the President of the United States, having set that red line, having made that warning, to step away from it, I think that would be a very perilous suggestion to make, because in response, I think you would see more chemical weapons attacks from the regime. So,
Yep, that's right. But the British aren't coming, and Obama's. So on top of that, David Cameron says that Obama, the United States, should take action against Syria, but they're not going to help. Okay. Along with that, Obama's red line has been crossed, and with any action that we take in Syria, we don't have a coalition. We don't have a coalition this time. All right. And we don't have it's Obama's little war is not creating any sort of backing on this. Okay, there's very little backing from the rest of the world. I mean, Russia now. I mean, we know that the British aren't coming and supporting us in this. All right, and also France is not coming to our aid. And so if any action that we take in Syria, this could lead to serious consequences nationally. I mean, it could develop into an even bigger war, because the moment we take action and put Syria on warning, where we have airstrikes and everything, then Hezbollah might step in, and commit an action against Israel, okay, and then the Chinese and the Russians would step in, and then Iran will probably shoot against Israel, creating an even bigger war. This will be World War III, all right, and consequently, Obama has been supporting the Syrian rebels, which consequently are in league with Al Qaeda. So this creates an even bigger problem for Obama, because this, my friends, is just disastrous. All right. So you remember now, and Congress now is sending in mixed messages. All right. Let me tell you about this. Okay. It seems that the most liberal Democrats out there that were against the war in Iraq when Bush was president are now for this little war of Obama's in Syria. All right. Now that's that I find that quite odd, because now we have the most conservative Republicans that were for the war in Iraq when Bush was president, now against the war in Syria, under Obama. So this is quite puzzling. It begs the question, are these people just doing it for political interests? All right. What is our best interests? I would ask. And more closer to the point, are these conservative Republicans saying that Obama hasn't done anything right? We can't trust his judgment on things. We haven't been able to. So why should we trust him? No matter what he does, we're not gonna support it. And then it begs the question: are the Democrats ultimately saying, "Oh, since Obama's president, we feel that we like what he's done. We appreciate what he's done. Since he's the Democrat, in power, the Democrats are gonna lockstep with him." So this is quite the reversal, and quite the awkward situation that we find ourselves in. Okay, like, let me show you some of the people here that have been making comments here, like moderate John McCain. Okay, McCain's more moderate, but he supports broader action. Okay, as opposed to just airstrikes and just limited. Obama wants to send a message. He's better off sending a text. With this little war. McCain says if the Congress were to reject a resolution like this, after the president has already committed to action, the consequences would be catastrophic. And Senator Lindsey Graham says, "Mr. President, clear the air. Be decisive. Be firm about why it matters to us as a nation to get Syria right." And the head of the House, John Boehner, says, "This provides the president time to make his case to Congress and the American people." Okay, and then on top of that, we have Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky says, "The Senate will rubber stamp what Obama wants, but I think the House will be a much closer vote, and there are a lot of questions we have to ask." That very liberal Nancy Pelosi, former Speaker of the House, Democrat, says authorization by Congress for action will make our country and the response in Syria stronger. I look forward to the debate. So she's for this, you know, and then we have the president saying people's representatives must be invested in what America does abroad. It's time to show the world that America keeps our commitments. Really. So, you know, and on top of that, my friends, we also have New York senators, both New York senators, Chucky Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand, saying that they support the effort, and then we have Republican Congressman Tom Reed saying that he's against the effort, the war. You know, so this is quite interesting, where this is all going. All right. So, but Congress seems to be pushing mixed messages on this. All right. Okay, but Congress is saying, but the red line has been crossed, and Congress is saying one side supports, one side doesn't. You know, so but the Senate has already passed a resolution on this, but the House hasn't yet, and you know, so I don't know where this is going because you know, already Paul Ryan has said that he doesn't support this little war effort in Syria. Me personally, I believe that we need to take action against Syria, but we need to do it better than what Obama is planning. All right, we need to do it. We need to do it in a way where we have where we have a military coalition, a world coalition against Syria. You know, send a message to Assad with airstrikes, and also regime change. Regime change. That's what we need to shoot for in there. Because otherwise, if you don't remove Assad, then that country's going to get worse. The situation is going to get worse. There will be more mass graves and more chemical weapons being used. All right? This situation is a double-edged sword. All right? Because remember, we told you Obama is supporting the wrong side in this. Okay? He's supporting the Syrian rebels who are in league with Al-Qaeda. Thus, if we do something, you know, like airstrikes, this little war that Obama wants, then it gets all hell breaks loose and everything. Then Al-Qaeda will move in, you know, and then you'll have these other countries who are against Israel, and Israel is our friend, you know. What are we gonna do? You know, this is gonna be World War III. All right, it's, you know, so what is the appropriate action here? All right, you know, just recently, yesterday, I saw somebody out there with a sign saying, "No, don't bomb Syria." You know, it's just ridiculous. All right, it's just ridiculous, mind you. All right, so on this little note here, okay, we need to think about what is the appropriate action to take here. But I seriously think that Obama needs to go back and rethink, you know, his little war. You know, you can't have a little war in this instance, you know, because your little war effort is gonna grow into a bigger war, okay? And you know, it just I just can't picture anything short of regime change on this matter. All right, but Obama wants his little tiny war, you know, as he calls it, you know, limited airstrikes, you know, and you know, it's almost as if he's trying to do what Clinton did you know, in regards to fighting terrorism when he dropped cruise missiles all over the place in Afghanistan, and also bombed an aspirin factory. It's just ridiculous. Okay, see, it's just I don't think Obama has the plan laid out all together now. All right, because for one, we don't have a world coalition like we did for Afghanistan and Iraq. All right, we don't have that. Okay, that's not even in play here. All right, and it's as if these people, you know, we don't have a coalition of allied forces, you know, that are in support, lockstep for this cause. And you know, Obama is just the lone soldier in this war, and it's not getting any better for Obama. All right, so what is the appropriate action? What do we need to do, my friends? Okay, this crisis in Syria is just getting out of hand. Okay, now while I'm waiting for callers here, all right, okay, this crisis in Syria, okay, but the Senate has already passed the resolution, okay, and okay, let me put this in the political point. Okay, let me put this in the Political Point magazine's political point of vision. All right, because I have some of the congressmen, some of the Senate.
Corker.
Here's Dick Durbin.
Job in dealing with one of the most challenging issues that we could possibly consider in the United States Senate. I've listened to this debate, and I can't tell you how many times I've hearkened back to 12 years ago in a debate over the war in Iraq. Maybe that's one of the curses of being in Congress for a while, but some of these ghosts still rattle around the halls of the United States Congress. There's a clear difference between what we are considering today and what happened 12 years ago. But our decision is being made in the shadow of the war of Iraq and with the specter of a war in Iran looming. The shadow recalls that moment 12 years ago when the government of the United States of America was guilty of a political mortal sin. It misled the American people into a war. It told the American people that we...
Let me stop him right there, because President Bush did not mislead the American people. All right, Dick Durbin is drinking the liberal Kool-Aid there. All right, because for one, we were fighting terrorism. Okay, the terrorists were in Iraq before we went into Iraq. Okay, we went into Afghanistan first. All right, and then we sought the terrorists that were being harbored by Saddam Hussein in Iraq. All right, so we were fighting terrorists, okay? This was all for the fight against terrorism, all right? We weren't misled, all right? And Dick Durbin is just drinking the liberal Kool-Aid, okay? Now, more on this.
To invade Iraq, to destroy weapons of mass destruction, which threatened our neighbors, our allies, and ourselves. It wasn't true, and we learned that the hard way.
Let me stop him right there, too. Okay? Now, in 2006, it was discovered that we did find the weapons of mass destruction that Bush was talking about. All right? The chemical and biological weapons that Saddam used on his own people. 2006, there was a press conference on it conducted by Congressman Pete Hoekstra and Senator Rick Santorum that said that they found the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They found 500 canisters of sarin and mustard gas in Iraq. Okay? These were the chemical weapons of mass destruction that Bush was talking about, that Saddam used on his own people. Okay? So again, Dick Durbin is misleading the American public in that statement right there. All right? So more on his comments here. Okay, take a look.
More than $1 trillion was spent in a war that should have been avoided. That was the reality of the war in Iraq. And then on its heels, the war in Afghanistan. I voted against that war in Iraq, and I voted for the authorization for the use of force in Afghanistan. That seemed like such a clear choice. In Afghanistan, we were going after those responsible for 9/11, responsible for killing over 3,000 innocent Americans. Of course we would. No one strikes the United States and kills our people without paying a price. And I voted for it. I didn't know at the time, no one could have known, that I was voting for the longest war in American history and voting for an authorization for the use of military force, which took that president and many others to far-flung corners of the world in pursuit of stopping terrorism. I think that is what is behind the American people's reluctance to see the United States engage in any additional conflicts, certainly in the Middle East. This bitter memory of what happened in Iraq when we were misled, and this long war in Afghanistan, which the president now brings to a close at such a heavy price to Americans and American taxpayers. But I think this is different. I really do. I really believe that there is a moral component here that's critically important. I listened to Senator Rubio. He's right. The United States bears a special responsibility. It's one that we don't always welcome. We can't be policemen to the world, but we have tried to be a leader in this world, particularly when it comes to civilized conduct. And when it comes to the use of weapons of mass destruction, particularly chemical weapons, the United States must take a strong position and try to lead the world into a civilized path to avoid the use of these weapons in the future. The president's my friend. I was the first senator to endorse him for president. For 14 months, I was the only senator who endorsed him for president. His time came in Iowa, and he became our nominee and president of the United States, and I'm proud of him. And I respect his values because I know him as well or better than most any person in this town. This president doesn't come easily to war. He's a person who understands, as I do, the heavy price that has to be paid. And he understands, too, that there are moments when a leader, a commander-in-chief, to protect this country and to make this a safer world, has to step up and lead. That's what he's done here. This last Saturday, I was with many of his friends back in Illinois.
Oh, wait, I think I gotta barf, man. That love fest? Give me a break. The president does not know what he is doing. He just wants a little war in Syria. And, Dick Durbin, he's been drinking the Kool-Aid for years, okay, on this, Sure, he voted for the war in Afghanistan and voted against the war in Iraq. But, again, he was one of those people that said that that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction, before, and then clearly he denies it. But, we did find the weapons of mass destruction, and that's what I want to make clear to the American public, that Dick Durbin is misleading the American public in his statements there. So that was the Senate confirmation vote on the resolution to go for military action in this limited war in Iraq, in Syria. I'm sorry about that, but anyhow, okay. Let me express that. Okay, let's take it to the phones. 272-3835 is the number. Okay, 272-3835 is the number. And also, if you are on Facebook, okay, I got Facebook Interactive on my cell phone. So if you are watching and you are on Facebook, you can ask questions through Facebook, through my text. But 272-3835 is the number. Okay. Who is paying attention here? Who in their right mind is paying attention here? All right. What is the appropriate action that we need to take in all of this? Okay. All right. If you are listening, all right. Should we take action in Syria since they committed crimes against humanity? All right. It's very similar to Iraq. okay, where Saddam used weapons of mass destruction on his own people. All right. Yes. What is on your political mind? You are on Political Point.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Yes.
Will, we don't have any proof that it came from Assad himself.
Actually,
that
yes, we
chemical
do. Yes,
attack.
we do.
don't
Yes,
have
we
one
do. We have
single
plenty of
ounce actual
evidence.
proof.
Yes,
The American people don't
there
have
was
any
plenty of
proof
evidence. There was pictures
that
of
we
it, dude.
authorized it then.
We have plenty of evidence.
No,
There was pictures of it. It came from Assad.
we have evidence that it took place.
It
We don't
ca-
have evidence who
No,
did
no,
it.
no, no. We have plenty of evidence
No,
that it
there's
came from
pictures of it that
Assad.
it happened.
Assad
Not-
used.
Not pictures of
No,
who did it.
No,
we don't have any
no.
proof that
Yes, we
Assad
do.
did it.
Yes, we do. There was pictures of it. Okay, we have plenty of evidence against Assad. Assad used these chemical weapons on his own people.
Pictures of what?
There-
Of the dead bodies, right?
There were
Pictures of what? Of the
there were
dead bodies?
pictures. There were
Not-
pictures
We
of.
don't have any proof that Assad did it.
Yes, Assad did it. There's proof of it. There's tremendous proof of it. Okay? We need to take action, but we don't
You're
need to
saying
take.
Assad did it. Nobody has to believe just because you say
No,
so.
no, no. I
What's the
didn't.
proof? What
I
proof
didn't
do you
say.
have Assad did it?
I'm not the one. I'm not just the one saying it. Assad did it, and the international community has already said it. Okay?
Yeah, but no
It's-
matter how many
there's-
people says
there's
it,
lim-
it doesn't
the
mean
me-
if
the
there's a million
media
people
has
say it,
already
it doesn't
said
mean it make it true.
The media has.
There's no proof of it.
Yes, there is. There's tremendous proof of it. There's pictures of it. There's pictures of it.
anyways-
Assad did it.
And anyways,
Assad committed atrocities
now,
on
there's
his
not
own
pictures
people.
of who did it.
Yes,
There's only
there's
pictures
proof. Yes,
of the dead bodies.
yes, there.
There's
No,
only
no.
pictures of the dead bodies.
No, there's
pictures
there's
saying that
there's
Assad
proof.
did it.
Assad did it. Yep, Assad did it. Okay, you can't deny it.
Show a picture. Show
You
a
can't
single
deny
picture
it.
that proves
It's
that
been
Assad
all
did
over
it,
the
that it
media.
was Assad.
It's been all over the media.
Show
You
one
can't
single
deny it.
picture that
You
proves that
can't
was
deny
Assad.
it. You can't deny it. Assad did it.
No, 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 no.
We need to take
No.
action. Assad is the next Saddam
you
Hussein.
can't-
We
you
need
can't
to
deliver
take
one
action.
single
We
picture.
need to send.
So you're
We
falsely
need to.
accusing.
We need to take action
In America,
militarily
every single soul
to
is
get
innocent until proven
to
guilty.
get rid of Assad. Regime change needs to be taken. We need regime change.
Well,
Okay?
I'll tell you.
Assad
This is gonna
how
be-
can
this
you
is gonna
sit there?
make the-
How can you
the
sit
beginning
there
of the battle
and
of Armageddon.
how can you sit there and
Out of
justify?
this- out of this,
How can you
every
sit
nation
there
is
and
fighting
justify
against
this
Israel.
action? How can you sit there and
You know, you
justify
repeat yourself
the
way too
chemical
much.
weapons of mass
You repeat
destruction
yourself way too
being
much, and
used
you
by
try to yell louder
Assad?
than the person
How
speaking.
can you justify? How can you defend Assad? How can you
know,
defend
no
that?
matter how yell you loud, no matter how loud you yell,
Bill,
you,
William,
it doesn't mean you,
William,
you won, you make
William,
the point.
William,
It only means
William,
you're talking to
William,
somebody.
William,
Doesn't
you're
mean that
defending.
you're right.
William, you're defending
You're
Assad.
You're skipping the most important
William, you're defending
thing. Why are you
Assad.
trying to stop me? I'm not repeating myself.
You're
You are.
defending
You're the one
Assad.
who's repeating yourself.
How can you defend that mass murder?
That's exactly what I'm saying is I'm defending Assad. Because he did not do it.
Yes,
That's
he
why
did.
There's no proof
Yes,
that
he did. There's tremendous proof of it.
Proven guilty before.
Oh, please. He is not an
no, no,
American.
no.
He does not deserve the same rights as an
yelling
American
loud.
citizen.
That doesn't prove anything.
He doesn't.
You're
He
yelling
did
at
it.
the top of your lungs.
Stop
That doesn't prove
defending.
anything.
Stop defending.
No, no matter if
Stop defending a
if
murderer.
Obama goes
Stop
and bombs
defending.
the place, that's not gonna
Stop
prove he did
defending.
it.
Stop defending a
No,
dictator.
no, you can't dare tell anybody to stop defending
Stop
somebody.
defending
You
a
gotta bring proof
dictator.
that the man's guilty.
He is
You don't
guilty.
have one single ounce of proof that
He is
that
guilty.
Assad
There
did it.
is tremendous
And I certainly
proof. They
don't believe
found
he
the
did.
mass graves. They
Because it's
found the
contrary to Assad-
they have the
to Assad's,
pictures and they have the proof. They have the proof, the video of people
There's no proof
being
that Assad did it.
yeah,
There's no
Assad
proof
did
that
it.
came from Assad.
His regime did it. It was him. His regime did it.
No,
There's
no.
tremendous
You're
evidence
saying,
of
you
this.
keep repeating Assad did it.
No,
That's not gonna make
no,
anybody
there's
believe
tremendous
it.
evidence of
Because you
this.
say it.
There's tremendous
You gotta get
evidence of
proof.
this.
There's no proof that
Yes,
Assad
there
did
is. They showed it on the news. There was tremendous proof.
Oh, you keep babbling these words, but you're not giving
There's
any
tremendous proof of it.
No, there's
Yes,
no
there is.
proof.
You can't defend Assad. He's a dictator, and he should be. There should be regime change in Syria. There is no. There is tremendous evidence against Assad. He is a dictator. He killed his own people with using these chemical weapons of mass destruction. There were several pictures of it, several videos of the chemical weapons being used by his people, him and his people. Just look it up. There's tremendous evidence of it. And nobody in their right mind can defend Assad. All right, please. This guy is a dictator. It's time for regime change in Syria. Okay, we need to take military action to stop this, and we need to go for regime change. Obama's little war is not going to solve the problem. All right, just sending airstrikes into Syria is not going to solve the problem. It's going to add to a bigger war. Okay, it's going to move into a bigger war. Assad killed his own people. Okay, now we have this video of the Syrian rebels who are in league with Al Qaeda, and you want to stop terrorism and everything. Ask yourself, why is Obama supporting the Syrian rebels, which are in league with Al Qaeda? Al Qaeda is our enemy. All right. Now, how in the world are we going to allow Assad to mass murder his own people? Okay, this is very much like Iraq when Saddam Hussein was the dictator there. And there was tremendous evidence against him. And we clearly knew that he used weapons of mass destruction on his own people. And they found mass graves and mobile biochemical weapons labs over there. This is exactly parallel to what's going on now in Syria. Okay? Syria becomes the next Iraq, and Assad becomes the next Saddam Hussein. That's just pure and simple. And, for someone to just sit there and defend this guy, this dictator in this country, please, Assad is not an American. He doesn't deserve the same rights as American citizens. Okay? He's a dictator of a country. A dictator, mind you. It has no respect for his own people. No respect for his own people. What's on your political mind? Hello? What's on your political mind? Yeah. You called. I guess no one's home. Okay. But what's on your political mind? You know what? Let me show you this. Okay. While I'm waiting for callers. Okay. We all know that. Okay. We all know that. Anthony. Okay. Here we go. All right. Hello. You're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Hi. How are you?
Hey. Doing
Hey,
good.
great. Hey, listen, I just wanted to say that, we love President Obama. If we could, we'd vote for him 8 more times.
Oh, please, no. He's the worst president since the Great Depression.
Hey, you're welcome.
No. He's the worst president since the Great Depression. No. Our economy's in the tank because of Obama. All right? My gosh. That is just outrageous. He has not made the right decisions. Yes, and on this, sure, we need to take action in Syria, but, Obama's just shift shady, all right? For one, he wants to do a little war, a little war? It's impossible. You can't do a little war, This is going to escalate into a bigger war, with our allies not with us on this. And, then you have to take into consideration Iran, and then Palestine, Hezbollah, and then, if they shoot missiles at Israel, and then launch a bigger war, then the French and the Russians and the Chinese will all join in, all against us. Okay, this is going to be World War III. You can't just have a little war. Okay? You can't just have a little airstrikes to send a message. You're better off sending a text. Okay? because that's not going to solve it. All right? That's not going to stop the mass murder. Okay? But if you do an airstrike, be sure to hit Assad. What's on your political mind?
Hello, what's up?
What's on your political mind? You're on the air.
What's on my political mind?
Yes. What's on your political mind?
I want to talk about a different country. Do you guys talk about any country other than the United States of America?
Yeah, right now we're talking about whether or not we need to go to war with Syria.
You need to go to war with Syria?
Yeah.
Let's go to war with Syria. I'll fund you guys.
Yes, because he used chemical weapons of mass destruction on his own people. He crossed the red line.
Let's talk about Pakistan.
Pakistan. We haven't heard from Pakistan in a while.
You haven't heard from Pakistan in a while, have you?
No. We haven't heard from Pakistan in a while. What's going on over there?
What's going on over there? Let me call my friend and ask him.
Okay, I don't think we have time for that.
All right.
But you should know.
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Enjoy your stupid show, man.
All right, thank you for your call. All right. But once again, we're coming down to the wire here, okay? But like I said before, you can't just have a little war, okay, as Obama wants to do, okay? I mean, this is the worst president in history, okay? He's ruined the economy. The deficit is still high, okay? 17 trillion dollars in debt, you know. We can't trust Obama. Okay, let me show you the cover of the Time magazine again. Okay, let me show you this cover again. All right, take a look. All right, Time magazine. The unhappy warrior. All right, okay. Nobody really is for this little thing here. All right, but anyway. Let me also show you this. All right. We all know that Anthony Weiner. Okay. We all know that Anthony Weiner is not getting very much traction in his campaign, right? Because of his little sexting scandal and stuff like that. But just recently, he got into a little argument. Okay, I want you to take a look at this. All right. Okay, take a look at this. All right. Okay.
No, I'm not going to stand with it. That's not for you to judge, my friend. Yes. I don't take my judgment from you, and I don't judge you.
You're a bad example.
That's
for the
your
people.
judgment?
No, that's obvious.
Okay,
Your
no, that's why we have
behavior is
elections.
deviant. It's
That's
not
why they have
normal
elections.
behavior.
And you're perfect. You're going to judge me.
I'm not running for office.
You know who judges
I'm not
me?
out there in the public.
You know who judges me?
I'm telling you.
You know
what
who
you did is
judges me?
disgusting.
Go visit with
It's
your
immoral.
rabbi.
It's
Go visit
immoral.
with your rabbi. Shows you how much you
And
know.
think about your wife.
By the way,
right? How could you take the person?
By
you're
the way,
closest
by the that
to
is between me and
trust
her and my
you,
God,
and
not
trust
between you.
And
Anthony Weiner, not getting any respect. Oh my gosh. And on that note, my friends, okay, it is actually time for the last word of the night. Okay, so on that note, okay, we will close out the show with this little. All right. So speaking of judgments, there's a lot of people around here that like to judge me. All right, but let me just tell you this: who are you to judge? All right, when I'm just doing my thing, all right, out there, trying to make a living, trying to, support my family and everything. All right, but there is a saying, okay, judge not, for the judgment you judge, you shall be judged. All right, so just keep that in mind. Judgment day on you will be arriving, okay, if you keep it up. All right, but the only being that can truly judge you, okay, judge a person in this life, is God Almighty. All right, He is your creator, and I think it's time to look to God for everything that you do, because God brings you up. God has brought you up. When God brings you up, no man and no woman can ever bring you down. All right? And so, my friends, okay, so we seriously need to think about things and taking things into consideration here. All right? With everything that has been going on here, this Syria, all right, we have incontestable evidence that Assad killed these people, murdered these people with chemical weapons of mass destruction. All right, so we need to take action. And on that note, okay, before I close the show, I would like to send a shout out to my sweetheart, Lorena. And Lorena, this is for you. You're gonna want to pick it up at some point. All right, but I love you, babe. And that, my friends, is the show for tonight. We thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Follow me on Twitter at WilliamMitro2. And I'd like to send a shout out to Casablanca Pizzeria and also College Town Pizza. You guys for watching out there. And also, I'd like to encourage you guys all to subscribe to our YouTube page. All right, you can watch us on YouTube. All right, watch Political Point Magazine on YouTube also as well. We thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Check us out on the web, facebook.com/PetePolitical, myspace.com/politicalpoint. Email us at politicalpoint@hotmail.com, my mccarpet24@hotmail.com, and check out the website on Elmira City Hall Examiner. All right. Once again, thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history.